Hello, good morning everyone. I hope you all pay attention to the video lectures presented every day, and I also expect that you have been doing homework on regular basis, and I'm sure that you have studied the first part of this video. Today is the second lecture of illustration 20. I hope you have studied the previous lecture, that is lecture 1 of illustration 20. Sorry. We are going to continue with the same illustration from chapter 6, that is retirement or death of a partner. The second lecture for illustration 20. You should watch this lecture till end for complete understanding. Yes, and you must have finished writing the sum which was completed in the previous lecture. I mean, it was halfly done, but till what it was completed should be written in your fair book by now. Only then you can write it ahead. Yes, I hope you have your textbook, your writing book, and other essentials with you while you study this video lecture. Alright then, I have mentioned this in the previous lecture that this sum consists of something new which is presented on your screen, and it is when the capital of the new form is to be kept in new ratio. This is for the first time we are dealing with. So far, whatever adjustments, whatever sums we have done consists nothing like this. So it is important that you pay attention while you understand this, while I explain this. Okay? Fine then. They are talking about capital. Firstly, we have completed all the adjustments except for adjustment number 6 and adjustment number 8. We have prepared necessary accounts, we have written opening balances, then we have done adjustments, we have recorded remaining, we have distributed surplus, reserves and profit and loss. Yes, so we are done with everything except the 2 adjustments and the process of totaling accounts. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to finish this illustration 20 in today's lecture. But make sure you have studied part 1 of this sum. Yes, and your book, your sum, the sum in your writing book should be completed till what was done in the previous lecture. Yes, and right now you will write in your fair book along with the explanation that you hear, that you see on your screen. Okay? So they say the capital. First of all, let us talk about capital. Whenever you start the long sum, in the balance sheet, they have always mentioned, or I can say the balances of partners' capitals are always mentioned on liability side of balance sheet. What do you say to it? It is the opening balance of capital, of course, and it is to be written on credit side of partners' capital accounts. Isn't it? That is what we do. Now, consider the same point when you total partners' capital accounts. What do you write? You write it as to balance carried down. You can see here. Or you can say to balance carried forward. Yes? How do you obtain this? Obviously, you deduct the total of debit side from the total of credit side, and the amount of difference You write it down as balance carried forward, and the same amount you are going to write in balance sheet as a closing capital. Yes, this is what you do in each and every sum. Yes, but here the things are different. You don't have to write balance carried down directly. You have to convert that particular balance of capital in the new ratio, and only then you have to write it down. Yes, this simply means that you are not going to write down the figure that you obtain by deducting the total of respective sides. No. The amount that you will obtain, instead of writing it down directly in partners' capital accounts as to balance carried forward, you will write it down as a part of working notes. Then that particular amount will be converted in the new ratio, and then you will write it down here. Yes? And once you make these changes, obviously necessary effects are to be given. Yes? So this adjustment is all about the things I have mentioned right now. Okay, so I hope you will pay attention. So let us start with the process of totaling accounts. You have a revaluation account, and I hope you have also prepared. This is presented on your screen as well as it is given in your textbook on page number 251, just below the adjustment number 8. Okay, so what is the process of totaling? On debit side of revaluation account, it is 15,000 plus 8,000, which is 23,000. So 23,000 minus 2,000 minus 1,000. What is the amount of difference? It is 20,000. Total of which side is more? Obviously, debit side. So whenever the total of debit side is higher compared to the total of credit side, it is always a loss on revaluation. Yes? So the loss is to be written off among partners in their old ratio, which is 5:3:2. You can see it is 10,000, 6,000 and 4,000 respectively. Now you will write it down 23,000 on credit side. As I said, the total of whichever side is higher is to be written on both the sides, and the amount of difference is always profit or loss. In this sum, it is loss. This loss is to be transferred in partners' capital accounts on debit side. You can see partners capital account debit side to revaluation account, which is 10,000, 6,000 and 4,000. This is the amount of loss transferred from revaluation account. If it was profit, it would have been transferred on credit side. It is loss here, and so the answer has been transferred on debit side of partners capital accounts from revaluation account. Hope you all are able to understand. Fine then. Now comes the main thing, or I can say the important concept for today. That is adjustment number 8, but we are also left with adjustment number 6. Let us deal with that quickly so that we can start with adjustment number 8, which is quite interesting. Fine, then I have always said whenever you reach to the step of totaling partners' capital accounts in chapter 6, you always have to start totaling retiring partners' capital account first. So here Farshid is the person who retires. Yes, the total of credit side of Farshid's capital account is higher, which is 98,400. Please listen to me carefully. The total of credit side of Farshid's capital account is higher, which is 98,400. What you are going to do now? 98,400. Come towards debit side. 98,400 minus 8,000. Yes? Minus 8,000 and 4,000. I repeat, 98,400 minus 8,000, which is for goodwill, and 4,000, which is the loss on revaluation. So what is the balancing figure that you obtain? It is 86,400. So 86,400 is payable to Farshid. How it is to be paid? It is mentioned in adjustment number 6. They say that 20,000 is to be paid in cash, remaining as a loan. So it's just that simple. You can see in Farshid's column, it is 20,000 to bank account and remaining 66,400 as a loan. Let us quickly check the second effect for this. 20,000 that you have paid through bank, or you can say in cash. The second effect you can see in bank account on credit side by Farshid account, 20,000. The second effect for Farshid's loan in the balance sheet, new balance sheet, Farshid's loan account on credit side 66,400, and it's done. Fine, then talking about 8th adjustment. Finally, the 8th adjustment says that the total capital, the new firm's total capital will be equal to the total capital of old firm. Let us check what is the total capital of old firm. It is 2 lakh plus 1,20,000, which is 3,20,000 plus 80,000. It is 4 lakh. Now they say that the capital should be 4 lakh itself again in the new firm, though Farshid retired. Yes? So we'll have to make necessary adjustments for this. So in such a case, whenever you are provided with this type of adjustment, you don't have to write the balance carried forward directly in partners' capital accounts. Yes? Now it is clearly mentioned that the closing capital, it should be in new ratio, and the total of that capital should be 4 lakh. So let us understand the working notes for this. Understand. The second working note, please understand, this is really important to understand. Pay attention. The second working note, distribution of capital of new firm. Let me make clear that we have not balanced the partners' capital account of remaining partners, that is continuing partners. We have only totaled the capital account of Farshid so far. And just because there is an adjustment related to the balances of capital of remaining 2 partners, we have not totaled those accounts. We have not done totaling those accounts. Alright, we are doing the adjustment. They say the total capital should be 4 lakh as per the old form, similar to the old form, and it should be in new ratio. Now there are only 2 partners and the capital should be 4 lakh. So 4 lakh will be distributed in new ratio. What is new ratio? It is 2:3. So what is the new capital? For Karan, 4 lakh into 2 by 5. How 2 plus 3 is 5? As per new ratio. So what is the capital of Karan? It is 1,60,000. New capital for Fenil, it is 2,40,000. The necessary calculations are given on your screen, or else even if you are using your textbook, the working notes are presented on page number 243. Yes, I will repeat this procedure. Generally, what do? You always balance partners' capital accounts with the same procedure that you have been taught, that you will deduct the total of debit side which is lesser compared to the total of credit side, and the amount of difference you will directly transfer in balance sheet as a closing capital of partners. Here the twist is that the capital should be in new ratio and the total capital should be 4 lakh. The very first thing to understand is that in the old firm capital was of rupees 4 lakh, but now the partner has retired. So those 80,000, they are now a part of payment to Farshid. So the remaining capital should be 3,20,000 and some other figure after necessary changes. It is but obvious. But if it is instructed that still it should be 4 lakh as it was in the old form. So during that time, instead of totaling and obtaining the amount of difference, you directly find out the balance of capital, because you already know the total is going to be 4 lakh and it should be in new ratio. So 4 lakh is distributed in new ratio, just that simple. So 4 lakh has been distributed in new ratio, if you can see here. Firstly, it is presented about Karan, 4 lakh into 2 by 3, which is 1,60,000. And 4 lakh into 3 by 5 is 2,40,000. Simple. Now this amount is to be written in partners' capital accounts. Alright, you can see here 2 balance carried forward 1,60,000 and 2,40,000. But before that, just before that, it is written 2 bank account, which is 24,000, and also on credit side it is 1,58,400. Now where did this come from? So let us understand that now. You have written 2 balance carried forward, 1,60,000 and 2,40,000, that you have obtained from working notes. Yes, and as I said that we have not totaled this accounts. Yes. So once you write down 2 balance carried forward in partners' capital accounts, the figure, then you will start totaling this accounts. Yes, I hope you are able to understand. Okay, exclude that 2 bank account 24,000 written over there while we do this, because we are actually supposed to obtain that amount. Okay, starting with the column of Karan. I repeat, we have already written 2 balance carried forward, but that we have obtained from working note. Total we have not written yet. This is understood only if you are doing sum in your fair book, because in the given solution the entire sum has been completed and the explanation will get mixed up. So make sure you are having your pen and you are writing when you watch this lecture. Okay, if you don't follow the instructions, then it is difficult for you to understand. So make sure you follow each and every instruction. Fine, starting with the column of current. It is 2 lakh plus 6,000. Please use your calculator. 2 lakh plus 6,000 plus 8,000. It is 2 lakh 14,000, which is higher compared to the total of debit side. So we'll deduct the amount of debit side. 2,14,000 minus 20,000 minus 10,000 and minus 1,60,000. This gives you 24,000. If you will see your adjustment, it is written, I'm reading the third line. All necessary adjustments are to be made through bank. Which adjustments? Adjustments regarding the new capital. So the amount of difference is to be transferred to bank account. This is 24,000. And the second effect for this is given in bank account, you can see. By current account 24,000. This simply means just because the capital of current has been changed, he will be paid 24,000 from the firm. Okay? Now you can write 2,14,000 even on debit side. If you will check, the total of debit side and credit side for current is going to be same. Fine, then let us talk about phenyl now. I can see the total of debit side of phenyl is higher. 12,000 plus 8,000 plus 16,000 plus 6,000 plus 2,40,000 that we have written as a new capital. So the total is 2,82,000 minus the amount mentioned on credit side. 2,82,000 minus 1,20,000 minus 3,600 gives you 1,58,400 for sure. Alright. So here the amount of difference is on credit side. So you will write it down as by bank account. This simply means that phenyl is supposed to bring this much amount, that is 1,58,400, to keep his capital as 2,40,000 as per the new ratio. Okay, and the second effect for this is given on debit side of bank account. If you can see, it is 1,58,400, which is the second effect for this. Yes? Sorry for the disturbance. Please ignore the sound appearing in the background. Yes. Let us focus to the sum that we had been doing. Yeah, so we were talking about the second effect of phenyl's capital account, which is given on debit side. It is 1,58,400. Now, partner's capital account has been done. The totaling for partner's capital account is completed. Now moving towards bank account. Yes? Alright. So bank account, the total of debit side is higher, which is 40,000 plus 1,58,400 1,58,400 plus 40,000, which gives you 1,98,400, minus 20,000 minus 24,000, and the balancing figure is 1,54,400. Yes, this is the closing balance for bank account. Closing balance of bank. This is to be transferred again in the balance sheet. On asset side, you can see it is written bank 1,54,400. Yes, and on credit side, you can see the closing balance of capitals, which are as per the new ratio as per adjustment number 8 that we have understood, which is 1,60,000 and 2,40,000 respectively. And the total capital of the new firm is just similar to the total capital of old firm, which is 4 lakh. Alright. So finally, the last step is that your balance sheet should tally. This is the main thing. Yes. So 5,57,400 is the total for both the sides. This is going to be the sure thing once you have solved this sum with due care and complete attention. Yes? So this completes your sum. The last adjustment was a bit twisted, and you are supposed to practice a sum similar to this in your homework, which is question 10 from the exercise, and you also have to complete illustration 20 for today's homework. What you are going to do is that you will complete illustration 20 first, and only then you can start with the sum given in your exercise, which is question number 10. Make sure you complete writing, complete understanding illustration 20, and only then you have to start with question number 10 given in your exercise. Alright? So make sure you follow all the instructions, and I hope you are making good efforts to study in this period of lockdown where all the schools have been shut. The video lectures are specially prepared for you all so that the education system does not get disturbed. This is all done for a bright future of yours. So you should also give some good response to this. You should study all the video lectures carefully. You should ask your doubts. Yes, there is a fact that we are not able to meet up face to face, which creates more level of understanding. I know this very well. But you should make sure that you are also making 100% efforts to study this video lectures. We are preparing these lectures for you with all the efforts from our side. Alright? So you should study this, and one more thing, you should not directly study the video lectures of illustration 20 or illustration 15, which was the last illustration that we did. You should always follow the order. Firstly, we have started with illustration 13, so it is necessary that you study those lectures at first, then 14, and then 15, and then illustration 20, because each and every sum has something new, and the base of that particular sum lies in the previous sum. Alright, I hope you are able to understand what I am trying to say. Yes? So that's all for today. We'll see you all in the next session soon. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and study well.